Here we go. Here we go.
There we go. The boys are in town.
Right, so it's Wednesday afternoon, and we're going to go for a little walk along the seafront, out of Gloucester Road Gate. And there's me, yeah. Now, I don't know what I've done. I've done something to my calf muscle, and I'm in absolute agony. So, there's myself. There's the legend, Mr. Tony Isaacs.
Oh, the legend. I'm the legend. We're at Butlins Holiday Camp. 1 year's time, they're going to do the roof, and they're going to do Reds up.
There you
We'll
go.
see if
You've heard it from Tony. And we got the other ledge, which is Mr. Edward Loveridge, marathon man.
I'm the able one of the three.
Marathon man who's just done.
It's one of the three.
Yeah, who's just done 2 marathons, Brighton and London. So we're going to take you for a walk along the seafront. Hopefully it won't be too windy. The sun's out. The sun's out. The boys are out.
Yes.
And hopefully take you for a nice, peaceful walk along the seafront. May even struggle up to the pier and back again. Yeah, and back again. Yeah, I think we do the pier. So we're going to go out Gloucester Road Gate, which you would have seen in the previous video, which takes you onto the seafront, takes you into town, shortcut into town if you do a right and a left. Right, left. So we'll go out Gloucester Road up to the seafront, or as Eddie calls it, the sea wall. Go for a walk along the prom, taking the sea, taking the sights, taking the weather, and hopefully get up to the pier. 360 on the pier, come back, may chill for a couple of hours, and then see what the day brings.
I don't need. I'm in it.
It is windy, not as bad as it has been, but as I said on the previous video, this camera's got 3 microphones, all different angles, so we should be okay. Just try and see where the old codgers are, trying to catch up with us there. Look, Tony and Eddie. Tony's now hiding his walking stick. Have I explained on the Thames walkabout? Tony's waiting for a new hip at the moment. So if anyone would like to pay for him to go private,
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
anyone
sure.
would like to pay for me to go private for my hip replacement are most welcome.
There you go.
Just send to aisacs1956@gmail.com.
There you go. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. He needs a new hip, and he needs it ASAP. This video is just going to be a bit of fun. Walk up the prom, up to the pier, sit down, take in the sights, and we'll finish off the video at some point.
I bet you feel good with us, don't you, Ed? Hey, I bet you feel top of the world, son. If we stand together, we won't meet then.
As I said, the MOT's been done on the car, picked the car up, all's good, and all good for another year. Thank Christ. Thanks, mate. So, just come out of Gloucester Road gate. And as I said 1,000 times, back in the day, the staff used to call it Staff Gate. Anyone can use it, but for some reason it was known back in the day as Staff Gate. So that was it. Gloucester Road Gate, previously known as Staff Gate. Come out through the car park, cut the corner off, and you come to a little ramp, which no doubt with me and my calf muscle problem, Tony with his hip, I'm sure we'll have a bit of a struggle getting up there. Oh my days. Welcome to Butlins Bognor. Jesus. It is windy. I'm not too concerned. There's a train. I'm not too concerned about the wind, to be honest with you, because as I said, we've got microphones all angles of the compass on this thing, so we should be okay. Enjoy the walk. It's windy. Up the little ramp. Here comes Eduardo. And Tony's struggling way behind. We'll give you an update and a shot of the premiering new build in a minute. Just give you an up to date on that one. So, up the ramp, onto the seafront. Here we are. Quite a few people in the water today.
People actually left to go and get in the sea. You know, it must be perishing. Obviously, cold and very wet. Being a bit arty-farty.
So looks so Tony and Eddie are just about to take a bit of a breather. I'm not. I'm going to carry on walking, get onto the pier, come back in. If they want to catch me up, they'll come and catch me up. It's not cold, the sun's out, it's just very blowy, quite nice really. that little coffee shop, the coffee cup. Hang on. Yeah, that little coffee shop there, the coffee cup, is very well known, and I do believe they've actually won awards for that coffee shop. Very good coffee, cannot knock it. Amazing coffee, really good coffee. Now these toilets, which are no longer in use, I mentioned on a previous video that these actual toilets appeared in a 1960s episode of Steptoe and Son. Now, the story goes that, or the episode was that Harold wants to go abroad on holiday, but his dad, the old man, he wants to go to Bognor, and it's literally all the way through the episode. It's, we're going abroad, no, I want to go to Bognor, I want to go to Bognor. Anyway, the episode ends at the very end, Harold and his father, the dirty old man, walking up these steps. Come out the toilet, up the steps, and they walk the exact way I'm walking now, and they walk up the pier, and that's when the episode ends. So the old man, he got his own way in the end. They came to Bognor for their holiday. Now apparently quite a few episodes of Steptoe and Son, this place was mentioned for some reason on odd occasions. Those of you who have watched the Are You Being Served film, the actual movie, they're all on the plane heading abroad on holiday, and they fly over Bognor, and a couple of them on the plane start talking about Bognor. I think one of them relative had a place here or something or other. So this little seaside town, which a lot of people slag off, they really do, gets a mention in a lot of programs. So I'm just going over to the right, and we'll do a progress report on the Premier Inn hotel which is being built. So a fair bit of progress has been made on the new Premier Inn just here on the seafront. They reckon it should be up and running open by next year, which I do believe, because they're really cracking on with it. Can't be certain, but looking underneath, can't really see it, but there's a big void. Now I'm guessing that could be a car park. Guessing, could be wrong. So it looks as though they're going to have a car park just underneath the main hotel bit. What will be interesting, very interesting, is once it's built, once it's open and up and running, what the price comparison will be compared with the other local Premier Inns. Now, as I mentioned in the previous video, we usually stay on a Sunday night just before the holiday. We would stay in the Premier Inn in Shripney for the night, which is usually pretty cheap really for the one night. I suppose you're looking average overnight, including breakfast, could be anything between 45 or 55 quid, including breakfast, that is. Now with this new one which we just pointed out to you, it'd be very interesting to see the price difference, because this one's on the seafront obviously. It'd be very interesting to see the price comparison. So I think I'll walk up to the pier, come back, point out a couple of things from the pier, and make tracks back. Just another update on the Regis Centre, which is just over on the right. Now, when I was here in January, they had started knocking. Now it closed, the whole place closed a while ago. There was a great big pub on the front, lovely old pub, massive pub. That closed down first, and then the whole of the Regis Centre closed. Now I thought, and so did a lot of other people, thought it's going to be totally knocked down and demolished. Well, I will have a walk around it on the way back and show you, but it looks as though it's being extended and renovated, which is good news, because as I said, everyone was under the impression it was going to be knocked down. When I was here in January, they'd started knocking down a wall, an outer wall. So I think And another chit chat on social media, people saying it's going to be knocked down, renovated, blah blah blah, but it doesn't look as though it is. So it actually looks as though it's being renovated, and maybe an extension on the side. I'll show you that a bit clearer on the way back shortly, but that's the front of the Regis Centre. Now, as I said, on the front there was a big pub. Can't remember exactly what it was called now, can't remember, but it was a lovely big pub. Now the other side, where I'll show you later, is where they started taking down a wall. But look at the side in a minute, and on the way back it looks as though they're going to do a renovation and not a total knockdown, which is obviously pretty good news. So, if all goes to plan, on Friday afternoon into late Friday afternoon, we'll hopefully be going to Arundel, and I'll hopefully be able to do a video from Arundel sometime on Friday afternoon, which I've been waiting to do really. Show you that on the way back. But as you can see from across the road, there's a lot of work going on. When you see the other side on the way back, you'll see what I mean about it looks as though they could be doing some sort of an extension to it, which will be good. I think I mentioned when I was down here quite a few weeks ago, I came down for a Thursday and a Friday to do it could have been January, I can't remember. Came down for a couple of days to do the antiques market at Ford, and just along a bit here, just a little bit further on the left, there was a murder. Yeah, and it was all closed off for a couple of days, taped off, forensics and all that malarkey. I don't know if I'm picking it up, but the Spitfire, which I believe is from Fontwell, he's flying about doing his aerobatics as he usually does. Going back to Fontwell by the looks of it. Oh, actually he's turning round. This is an everyday occurrence for this Spitfire. Every day virtually he comes along here, he does a bit of an aerobatic show for everyone, and then he goes back to Fontwell. But yeah, 1 year I got some really good video footage of doing his bits and pieces along at the seafront, and he come down quite low. As far as I remember, he came down really low at one point, and it's really good. So I'm going to upload these pictures eventually in order from what I'll do them. So the first video will be a travel lodge room review from the travel lodge we stayed in on Sunday night. Just done a quick review and how much it cost us. Stupidly cheap. I said earlier on the other video that it cost us 37 quid for that one night. Now there was no breakfast involved. Travel lodge don't do a breakfast as such. They do what's called a breakfast box. Now it's a tenner, and to be fair, you don't get a lot in it. Never tried it, I have no intentions to, because it's quite expensive for what you get. But travel lodge itself, as I said, we stayed Sunday night in Fontwell, just on the edge of the race course. In fact, there's two travel lodges across the road from each other. So there's one which is literally on the edge of the race course at Fontwell, and that one is attached to a lovely thatched roofed pub. I think it's the Coach and Horses, might be wrong, but that one's pretty good. The pub is amazing. We had a few drinks in the pub, and the one we stayed in literally across the road, from it. Yeah, and attached to that one was a KFC and a Burger King. So even though we was out in the sticks, really, on the A29, we were okay for evening snacks, meals, whatever. And all for 37 quid. As I explained, we 9 times out of 10 we would do Premier Inn, but for some strange reason, for last Sunday night, the Premier Inn was quite expensive. Now I don't know if you can pick this up. It's hard to see. There's a glider being pulled up by a plane. Happy days. Yeah, so Premier Inn for the Sunday night is usually pretty damn good and pretty cheap, even with breakfast. For some unknown reason, last Sunday night prices for the Premier Inn was like stupidly expensive, and there wasn't, I can't remember what it was coming up at, can't remember, but it was like way over the top, so we didn't bother. We said, 37 quid and happy days. Now that part of the pier at the end there is all cordoned off. I think I saw on social media for maintenance. So it's closed at the minute, that bit. As I said, this new camera, it videos in full 4K, so the quality is going to be there. So that building I'm aiming at now, just to the left of the shop with the awnings, that is the old Royal Hotel, and quite recently it's been renovated into separate flats, which is a shame. Now, I've stayed in that hotel back in the day when it was a hotel. I had a fling with a young lady who worked at Butlins. In fact, she was my chalet maid for a week when we met, and we went on to have a fling for a while, and random weekends we'll spend the time together in that hotel. A good time had boiled. She was a young American girl, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, we had a fling for a while, and that's where we stayed on numerous occasions when it was the Royal Hotel, but it's now private individual flats. So just on the right is the nightclub. It's always been a nightclub, changed names, changed hands quite a few occasions over the years, but it's always been a nightclub. So I'm just going to make tracks back. I'll show you the other side of where the Regis Centre is, and you see the works which is going on, and as I said, to me, with the works all going on to the side of it, to me, they're putting in some sort of an extension. Yeah. Just over the road, it's Crazy Golf, quite popular. Never done it though. For the years we've been coming here, as far as I can remember. We might have done it with the girls back in the day, but I can't remember. As I said on the earlier video, the walk around on camp, which should be up and running, ready to view prior to this one. The only snag with this new camera is the uploading to social media, i.e. YouTube, because it's a massive file. I do an average of what, and maybe an hour, just under an hour worth of footage usually, and when it comes to transferring it off the camera onto the app on the phone, that is no issue at all. That is all done relatively quickly. But when it comes to uploading to YouTube and it converts and then it does something else, it takes ages. The first long video I did was one of the I think it was the South Bank test walk I done using the new camera. Off the camera, onto the phone, onto the app, not that long. It did take a bit of time, but it wasn't too bad. But from uploading from your phone onto YouTube took about 6 hours. Now I'm going to say it again, it is what it is, but if you want the picture quality and the quality in general, then you just got to put up with it, I'm afraid. I could lower the quality down to full HD, but why should I? It videos in full 4K. I want the best from all the videos, so I'm going to keep it on 4K. But that's just one of the things I've got to put up with, I'm afraid. There you go. So I'm just walking back. I'll take you around to the other side of the Regis Centre, and you'll be able to see what I mean by they could be sticking some sort of an extension on the side of the Regis Centre. You see what I mean in a minute.
do that bad with the tide.
Just gonna drop over the road and just take to the other side of the Regis Centre, and then you'll be able to see what I mean by, to me, it looks like they're going to do some sort of extension. So we're just walking through Market Square, or what used to be known as Market Square. As I explained on a previous video, this was once upon a time Market Square, and twice a week they used to have a really good little market here, even though it's not massive. They used to have a lovely little market, really nice little market. And they got fountains in the middle as well. I'm just glad they never went off when I was walking over them. Thank Christ for that. It's going to get stupidly noisy, but I'm just going to show you the other side, and at the side of where they're doing all the work. So there you go. As I said, it gives the impression they're going to do some sort of work or build something at the side, an extension, whatever.